And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to LD Alajuelense versus FC Motagua, CONCACAF Central American Cup quarterfinal first leg. LD Alajuelense contra FC Motagua en la cuartos de final, partido ida. La Copa Centroamericana de la CONCACAF. Alajuelense in white, Motagua wearing their navy blue. Alajuelense at home, trying to hold on or find a way to win this match. Our third stream of the day and our final stream of the day. And we have a review after this. Starting 11s are as follows. For Alajuelense in goal, we have Ortega, the back four of Piñar, Villalobos, Alexi Gambol, Ronald Matarita, the midfield two of Celso Borges, Rashir Parkins, the midfield three of Perez, Ronaldo Cisneros, and Michel, and up top, Hernandez. For Motagua, Ortiz, the back four of Argueta, Cardoso, Luis Vega, Portillo, the midfield three of Gomez, Melendez, Santos, and the front three of Serrano, Jean Kleber, and Mejia. All right. 0-0, 0-0 esta noche. Y global. Doesn't really matter. With that being said, yeah, there's the tracker. Okay, we can put this down when we need to. With that being said, let's look at the CONCACAF results from earlier tonight that we did cover. Mount Pleasant 2-0, Sabao 3-0. Mount Pleasant finishing with 9 points in their group, or high enough. Let's look at the stats. No standings here. I mean, it's a bracket. It's an aggregate format. Motagua pushing forward. Mount Pleasant with 9 points with 3 games played. O&M with 6 with 2. They play tomorrow. We'll be live for that. Central, Robin Hood, and Mocha all eliminated. Well, Mocha could still advance getting 6 points, but they got to overturn a big goal differential as well. Very likely it's O&M and Mount Pleasant unless some crazy stuff happens. Shot, save! Save by Alajuelense. They're looking pretty good here. Well, even, at least. Sabal, 9 points. Juventus de Cais finishes with 1 point. They're eliminated. Defense Force can still advance. Weymouth Wales can still advance. And Cavalier can still advance. All of the results they got over the weekend, or last week, I should say. Next week is the final week of the Caribbean Cup group stage, which I think it's the same way as whatever it's called this week. We see how the second half goes. We'll see how the second half goes, but playing forward, Alajuelense, can they get the win at home? That's going to make things a lot easier for them next week in Honduras. If they don't, they might be in a bit of trouble. And the Yankees are going to the playoffs. Blue Jays' magic number is still 4, by the way. Playing forward is Motagua. They're having their moments. Alajuelense are getting cut through like a hot knife through butter over the bar. They're lucky. They're lucky that went over the bar. 7:23. Nil-nil, settle was settled. Eight minutes in, 0-0. Settle was settled. But 9 minutes in. Playing forward, over the top, Alajuelense. That will not be any near onside. Or I guess he is. Plays it backwards. Lost his angle, but it goes backwards, headed away by Motagua. Very tight game so far. Alajuelense is lucky they aren't down. I think Motagua's kind of lucky they're not down so far. Here's a chance shot over the bar. Speaking of lucky, Perez puts it over the bar. 0-0. 10 minutes in. Ten minutes. Isiah Paskins gets a yellow card there. Lanús goal. Twelfth minute. 2-1 for them on aggregate. Well, that's good. Playing forward over the top, Alajuelense. This game should have a goal by now. I won't even lie. I think both teams are lucky not to be down or a 1-1 draw either way. Ball crossed in, header. This should be a goal fest. I'm surprised it isn't already. playing forward. Thirteenth minute. How we doing, soccer guy? How we doing? Jobless gets a yellow card for Alajuelense. Fifteenth minute, 0-0. Score prediction: Alajuelense 2-0. I do think they're slightly. I think the home advantage will help them. I really do. Oh, yeah, no, that's a red card for Matarrita. Why on your own end do you do that? Okay, now that changes everything. Ronald Matarrita. Oh no, no, you didn't. Leg up, stud up. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Why? Why are you doing that? Okay, that changes everything. Ronald Matarrita gets a red card. That was a stupid tackle. That was a stupid tackle. Oh. 15th minute. Why do you make a tackle like that? That's just crazy. He's off. 0-0. Gifted members credit. Yep, thank you to Dillon for giving 10 new gifted members earlier tonight during the second stream, technically. Red card for a coach, I think, for Alajuelense. This shit's going off the rails. Yeah, Alajuelense might have just thrown it all away right there. I mean, this game was already shaping up to be a goal fest, and it was lucky. They were lucky it wasn't. Now it probably will be, and more like Motagua scores 3, 4, 5. What a mistake. What a failure, really. Seventeenth minute, here we go. And Alajuelense might have just totally blew it. In my thoughts, they might have just totally blew it. Nineteenth minute, 0-0. Nil, settle. Most viewers or some. I mean, those are okay numbers, but UEFA Champions League Final 2022 was a good stream. A lot of these Trinidad streams do amazingly. John Ruiz is on for Ronaldo Cisneros. Yeah, they might be cooked. For some reason, when Trinidad plays, my streams do well. Very well. I don't know why. They're Trinidadian teams. '21st minute. 0-0. Motagua, can Alajuelense hold Motagua and maybe get a goal? They really screwed themselves, I won't lie. Or Matarrita screwed them. That was a hat flick of epic proportions. I don't have time to search the highlights, so. He's getting a hat flick. I ain't putting the highlight up there. No. Playing forward. Goes down. Advantage played. .22 minutes, 0-0. Playing forward, 22 minutes. 0-0, settle, cross in. Saved. Be a goal kick. Twenty-third minute. Nil. Third stream of the night. We'll review the game after it's over. Alajuelense is going to have to hold. They're going to have to clench up like they're trying not to freaking... 24th minute. Alajuelense is holding on. The defending champions are holding on for dear life. Man, that was such a stupid tackle from... That was such a stupid tackle from Matarita. It's not the first time, and it won't be the last. I mean, let's not forget the 2019 Eastern Conference semifinal. Yeah. The 2019 Eastern Conference semifinal. Toronto versus NYCFC. Matarita does a stupid tackle on Richie Larea that sends Toronto to the penalty spot and then lets them advance. Remember that? It ain't the first time and it won't be the last. Twenty-fifth minute. So, we'll see how the second half or the rest of this game goes. 0-0. Settle. So we're going to see how this game goes. 26 minutes. Please don't remind me. Well, I'm just saying, it's not the first time he's done a stupid tackle that may have cost a team a game. Honestly, I'd rather just give away a last-minute penalty compared to playing 80 minutes on a freaking red card, down a man, even at home. Now, it's funny. I think they've actually gotten better defensively since the red card, which is funny. Very funny. That is kind of funny, I won't lie. That Alajuelense's defense has honestly been better since the red card. It's true. 0-0. Settle. Ball crossed in. Motagua shot wide. Behind the net. 27 minutes. $27 minutes, 0-0. Settle. 28th minute. 28 minutes. What was the first soccer video game you played? I would say, oof. I feel like it was an arcade game that was based off of soccer, football. It was either that or the Atari soccer game. I know, so old. Shot save. I know, so old. I think I have FIFA. I think I have a FIFA game on the SNES. I think I do. But it was definitely an older game that was on a cartridge or an arcade machine. Unless I'm forgetting some. '30th minute, maybe FIFA 98. Cross in. I've collected older games, but that was after they were popular older games, or their lifespan of games. But I would say, I think it was either Atari 2600 soccer, or a game on an arcade machine. It's either or. So playing forward. I do think I have NES soccer, like Nintendo soccer. I think I have that. But we'll see. 30th minute. Marcelo Santos gets a yellow card from Motagua. '31st minute. Can Alajuelense get one against the run of play and hold on for dear life? Funnily enough, ever since the red card, they've been better off defensively, I should say. The offense isn't really there, but the defense has been a lot more solid since the red card, which makes you wonder, was Matarrita the problem? Offside, which, to be fair, 32 minutes in, to be fair, maybe Matarrita was the problem. '33rd minute. So far, Alajuelense is holding on for dear life. They've been so much better defensively since the red card, which is just crazy. Fair enough. 33rd minute. Over the top. Header. Oh, clear the damn ball. That'll be a save, luckily. If anything, that was friendly fire or crossfire. Goal kick, 34th minute. Exactly. Because MLS wasn't. Hold on. Actua Soccer 3 was incredible. I still remember the game had many leagues and some new national teams. So I'm going to look that one up, considering I collect old games and systems anyway. San Diego Animals. That's actually a cool name. Maybe if I play that game, maybe it'll make me hate the City FC thing or whatever, you know, City Name FC thing or whatever. "35th minute. 0-0 playing forward. Here comes Motagua. Good tackle. Top of the box. Alajuelense is holding on for dear life. They're doing a good job of holding on. Shot save. Catch the ball. Don't punch it. He'll still clear it out. Still be a goal kick. "36th minute. Throw in. Yeah. Atlanta Rebels versus Boston Irish. Yeah, they totally just ripped off the Boston Celtics for the Boston Irish, didn't they? Feels like they took a little bit of, like, what's it called? Inspiration from other things in that game. "38th minute. Oh, bad pass. Bad pass there. But 38th minute. 0-0. Settle. 39th minute. And that's a all ball yellow card for Gomez. Damn, this is a card fest. This is a card fest. 40th minute, 0-0. Yeah. '40th minute corner for Alajuelense. 40 minutes of 45. Then, of course, we'll have the second half. Ball crossed in. Header. Blocked away. Out for a throw in. '42nd minute. Nil. How did Chelsea barely win? They barely won, but at least they won. So as long as they win, I ain't complaining. Lanús eliminates Fluminense. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. 42 minutes in. '43rd minute. TNA just invaded NXT tonight. I'm not surprised. I mean, they kind of were obviously telegraphed it last week. I mean, let's be honest. They kind of telegraphed it. Playing forward. Alajuelense, that's a good clearance. That was a really good clearance by Motagua. Amazing clearance. That almost had him dead to rights while up a man. Header. So far, it's become a chess match. So far, this game's became a chess match. When it comes to the first half of this game so far. Playing forward. Oh! Pushed him over, but no foul. All right. 1 minute to go plus stoppage time. Playing forward. We'll be in stoppage time very soon. playing forward. Headed away. 45th minute. Alajuelense holding on 0-0. Settle. How much stoppage time? 2 minutes. Really? After that free red card, it's 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Are you kidding me? That makes no sense. No. 2 minutes. That's it. All right. Two minutes. CONCACAF's YouTube channel is where this match is being shown. Oh, we didn't clear that out. Somehow, Alajuelense is holding on for dear life so far. Second half. Thing is, now they have to win in Honduras unless they score a goal and hold on to a 1-0 game. But other than that, throw in, final minute of the first half. Yeah, I think they've been better since the red card. Defensively, actually, at least defensively, they've been better since the red card. Offensively, they've had a couple of slight chances that they couldn't really open the window on. But other than that, this should be the end of the first half. +45th minute +2, and it's halftime. Alajuelense survives to halftime with a 0-0 draw. Settle, miro tiempo. We'll take a short break, talk about the stats at the half, get this one going. Sit tight. We will be back. Sit tight. We're back for the stats at the half. We're back for the stats at the half. And here we go. 58% possession to 42%. We have 1 offside to 1, 1 corner 1 to 0. We have 253 pass to 179. We have 87% pass accuracy to 87% pass accuracy. That's kind of crazy. 8 crosses to 5. We have 0 goals to 0, 4 shots to 4, 2 shots on goal to 2. Pretty even, honestly, which for a red card game, that's pretty crazy. 7 tackles to 3, 7 clearances to 19. That's crazy. Motagua has more clearances than Alajuelense. All right. 4 fouls to 7, 2 yellow cards, 2, 1 red card to 0. 0-0 at the half, 0-0 medio tiempo. Frankly, I didn't realize Motagua was struggling that much in the first half, even after the red card. I thought Alajuelense was getting better defensively after the red card. I thought they were getting a bit more stout. They actually looked more... I gotta say, when it came to the second or first half, ever since the red card, Alajuelense, it seemed to me they got more solid during the game, in my theory. It was interesting, you know? It's interesting. I think Alajuelense is doing pretty well as it is. I don't get it. Like, I mean, Trinidad is close to Venezuela, so that's probably the fact that, I don't know. I hope y'all stay safe. And I hope y'all aren't put under the gun by this warmongering administration. I'm honestly pissed off for y'all. I really am. I really am. I really am. That was the stupidest thing I ever seen. I have no idea. Let me check the DEFCON warning system. Maybe they have some about it. DEFCON warning system form. Maybe they have some about it. DEFCON warning system form. There it is. Form. DEFCON 5, my ass. All right. Military events. North America. U.S. military buildup near Venezuela reports. You don't see any fishing boats or cruise ships anymore. There's nothing in the water near Venezuela. It's strange. Do you know what that means? Drugs aren't coming in. That's what Trump said. Drug smuggling boat struck by the U.S. was carrying more than a ton of suspected cocaine, the DR says. USS Stockdale, that was Sunday. That just came out, or yesterday. There's nothing new that I can see. They're using the drugs as the reason to go for the oil. It's the same thing as a WMD bullshit. At least I'll give them credit for what it's worth. There actually are. For what it's worth, there are drugs being trafficked out of those countries. At least Venezuela. Instead of there being no WMDs in the Middle East when Bush was in office. I'll give them credit. I'll give them a small amount of credit. But at least they blamed it on something real this time. Maybe a somewhat overblown problem, depending on who you ask. But again, at least they blamed it on something real this time. But even then, also a communist country as well. So that doesn't hurt. That doesn't help Venezuela either. That doesn't help Venezuela's case either. Communist country. Now the question is, do they look at Trinidad like an American ally? Whether, here's the point, and we're off in the second half, whether Trinidad actually helped the USA or not. Do they look at Trinidad as a U.S. ally and blame them for anything, whether they should or not, frankly? That's the question, and I think that's what you should be worried about. That's what you should be worried about. There is no breaking news right now on Google. Nope. Past 24 hours. Yeah, there's nothing. So your prime minister is just throwing yourselves into it. Okay. Got it. So he's just willingly throwing Trinidad in there because he wants to. Okay. That's not smart. .47th minute. Now that sucks. .47th minute. .48th minute. Again, he deserved it. I have no complaints. Dembele should have won the Ballon d'Or. I mean, he should have won the Ballon d'Or. 48th minute. Well, see, the crazy part, shot saved, 0-0. Settle was settled. Frankly, if this ends up 0-0, somehow I might just make the stream for tomorrow and move on. Set up the stream on Rumble for tomorrow. Have that ready to go and then move on. 49th minute. '50th minute. France Football Magazine and Ballon d'Or's Euro Snob. Well, what do you think? And I think it's kind of ironic. And I won't lie. I think it's kind of ironic that the women's Ballon d'Or became a thing after the USA started to slide down a little bit. And other teams started to grow when it came to the women's side of the sport. I think that's kind of funny, you know? '50th minute. I'm praying that nothing goes off the rails. I'm praying that we somehow avoid a total disaster, is what I'm going to say. But then again, who knows? Who knows? 51st minute. It's like we're at the freaking edge of disaster in general, you know? It feels to me that right now, in general, globally, we're on the edge of disaster. We really do. We really do. And it's sad. It's sad. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. And the player down from Motagua, it makes you wonder. No man knows the day or the hour. It makes you wonder. I know there wasn't a rapture today. It makes you wonder, though. God says, no man neither knows the day or the hour. Makes me wonder if it's getting close, though. Or is this the tribulation? Or is this just tribulation? Makes you wonder. 52nd minute. Or is this the beginning of tribulation? Are the trumpets starting to sound? Man, I just feel like there's so much just bad disaster in the world, really. Or at least near disaster. Makes you wonder. Really makes you wonder. 25 to 40K. Oh no, they really mean business. Okay. Over. Oh, past the post. Almost got chipped. 0-0. Settle. You ain't missed anything. This game's been, even with a red card, this game's been so boring that maybe I'm just going to leave this as a stream and just move on to tomorrow. Make the stream for Rumble tomorrow to start the day and then move on. This stays a draw. There ain't going to be no RSR. I'm going to be real. Doesn't help that I woke up so early to do the frickin' Intercontinental Cup. And frankly, I think the Intercontinental Cup video could start ticking up on views more. The fact that it was a 3-1 game and timing is starting to get more favorable for it. So I use Rumble as a backup. Most of the streams that I do end up on Rumble. That's why it takes me a little bit longer over the past, year? 2 years? That's why it takes me a little bit longer when it's like right on top of each other, why it takes me longer to get started. They're already set up on YouTube, but Rumble, you can only set up one stream at a time. And then sometimes it's hard to put the thumbnail on the stream. Sometimes I don't want to take. It did today, but so that's part of the reason why it takes me so long to get on for the second stream if they're like one after the other, which normally starts happening for the Champions Cup and then around this time of year. Especially they're right on top of each other. CNN confirms more than 25,000 soldiers are on the warship. Damn. They really... The warmongering administration really means business, don't they? It's sad, man. It's sad. It's absolutely sad. 57th minute. Playing forward, headed away. 58th minute. Here comes Motagua. Good tackle. That was a good tackle. Unlike Monterita's dumbass tackle in the first half. Like, honestly, I will say this. Understandable, but one, I was already down in the dumps because the Blue Jays choked and the White Sox screwed us on a magic number. I'm tired because I was up so early, and I'm worried for. And honestly, I'm worried for Sun. I'm worried for him. I'm worried that this gets bad for Trinidad, where they're just a bystander that gets hit, or they get themselves into this by being stupid. Here's a chance for Alajuelense. Goes down the box. Goal kick. Really should have taken a shot. So it is what it is. I'm worried for him. I'm worried for him. And also, I mean, I've always been anti-war. I've always been isolationist. I've always been that way. I've always been isolationist. I've always been against war. It's funny how Full Metal Jacket's one of my most favorite movies, but you know, it's funny. Honestly, though, was Full Metal Jacket pro-war, though? Shot wide. Is Full Metal Jacket really pro-war, though? I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, Full Metal Jacket's telling you how screwed up the idea of Vietnam was. One. Second of all, I mean, the duality of man thing Joker was preaching. I don't think Full Metal Jacket was pro-war at all. I don't think it was at all, really. I mean, it showed what it did to Private Pyle, who never got out of Paris Island. Header. Like, I mean, if your country gets attacked, yeah, I mean, you kind of have to go to war. But I don't see Venezuela attacking us right now. '61st minute, 0-0. Like, what was I saying? Like, yeah, if your country gets attacked, Lukumi and Badia coming on. Wait. And this is why you don't offer yourself up to the military-industrial complex. That's why you don't. Or you don't let your prime minister offer you up to the military-industrial complex. That's why you don't do it. And he did. And that's enough to get you in the crosshairs of a regime like Venezuela's when the temperature is this high. Blame your prime minister is my point. I ain't defending anybody here. I ain't defending either side here, by the way. Just because Venezuela's unhinged doesn't mean the U.S. is right to kick up the flames, so to speak. And it's really bad for somebody who characterized themselves as a dove and the peace president to kick up flames. But I don't know. Maybe it's not him kicking up the flames. Maybe it's somebody around him kicking up the flames. But then again, it's not the first time. Bombing Iran. Wanted to invade Afghanistan again. Trust me, you ain't the only ones. 63rd minute. Well, good for Lanús. So do with that what you will. 63rd minute. $64th minute. But I'm praying for y'all. I really am. Look. 64th minute. $65 minutes, 0-0. Playing forward. $65th minute. Still 0-0, 66th minute. Playing forward. Saved by Motagua. $66th minute. Playing forward. Player down. $68th minute. 68th minute, 0-0. Yeah, they shouldn't be happy about it. I don't blame them. It's out for a goal kick. So far, if this game holds the way it is, no RSR tonight. Huh. It's out. I think what the shocking part is that the USA is destabilizing countries in their own backyard. Like, it's one thing, and I'm not saying they're right. I don't think it is. But it's one thing to destabilize countries on the whole other side of the world. Now you're destabilizing countries where they could bring the fight to you, which actually makes the war needed. In the end, you're poking a bear that can swim up to your shores and step on your ground and attack your ground, which in the end makes the war, whether it's right or not, a just war. You see what I'm saying? Because to me, war is just if you're defending your country from invaders. If you poke a bear and still get invaded, you just got invaded. I'm not defending anybody there, but basically my point is this. If you're destabilizing countries in your own backyard, you are really effing around to find out. I don't think it's going to end well for anybody. There's a difference between destabilizing countries that really have no power anyway, all across the world. Venezuela might be one of the first countries that actually have some sort of power, and they're also in your backyard, and you're trying to destabilize them. For what and for whom? Your own kicks? That's wide past the post. Your own kicks? Your own pleasure? Somebody telling you to do it? I don't know. So I'm not too sure overall. And then you're basically throwing other people under other countries under the bus because yeah, but again, I still feel like Venezuela has more power than Panama ever did. And I'm not saying they're that powerful, but they are more powerful than Panama at the time and even now. This could be a absolute failure of epic proportions, and also to the point where they may not take it lying down, so to speak. They might sail up to our shores and step on our land. And that totally makes things even worse. I think Venezuela's a country that might just invade the U.S. if the U.S. tries anything fucky, so to speak. I don't think any other country, like the one bad part about it is they're on our doorstep, but in our backyard. The other bad part is I think they actually have the balls to do it. I don't know. Turns out That was one of his many lies. And turns out, funnily enough, maybe the people saving us from wars in his first term were the actual neocons. What? What? The reason he gets to use that lie is because the neocons stopped him from going off his damn meds in his first term. Are you telling me that neocon shills saved our ass? Well, I don't know about that, but in the moment, I guess, and then the propaganda, I don't know. And then he used that for propaganda just to lie. Okay. I mean, seriously, though. 75th minute. I mean, seriously, though. I can't believe it, but I think. Well, I never thought I'd say the neocons saved our ass, but they might have. I don't know what to think anymore. Honestly, I don't know what to think anymore. I really don't. 75th minute. '75th minute, 0-0. Melendez is on for Gomez, 77th minute. Dude, I'm way ahead of you. Dude, I'm way ahead of you. I haven't believed in the mainstream media for the past decade. Dude, I'm way ahead of you. Dude, I'm way ahead of you. Frankly, the only way I watch mainstream news, like national news, is if there's severe weather going to hit me. I don't even listen to CBS Mornings or World News or CBS Evening News. I don't. I just have it on there for the fact that I'm tracking the severe weather situation, and then when the severe weather happens, it's just background noise to me. Like, that's the only way I watch, well, Weather Channel, but that's weather. You know what's funny, though? I love how the Weather Channel's like America's most #1 trusted news network. Yeah, it better be. In theory, you're right. It should be. Because, yeah, the forecast can be wrong. The forecast can be wrong, but at least nobody lies about a forecast. If it's missed, it's because, hey, something didn't happen that day that made the forecast not verify. So in theory, yes, a weather network should be the most trusted news network in the country. If you think about it. That's kind of a flex, I won't lie. That's kind of a flex. It's true, though. Because people say weathermen lie. Not really. It's the fact that whatever they forecasted didn't verify because something in the atmosphere didn't make that forecast verify, which normally is a good thing. I don't really remember it being a bad thing, you know? There's normally 4 local channels. Well, PBS is a local channel. Ion, you could say, is a local channel. There is a Telemundo, which, funnily enough, the local version of Telemundo is only on YouTube TV. I know, right? So technically that as well. Never had that, like a local Telemundo feed on DirecTV. Never did. 2, 4, 5, 11, 30, PBS, Ion, 7, 8 local channels. Well, it's not really anymore. Offside, 80th minute. Then, of course, you have like 100 channels, depending on the package you have. I mean, DirecTV had like 400 channels. YouTube TV has about 100 or so. But then, of course, I also use Pluto TV and other things. So, you know, I have more channels on that are free. So, there you go, right? But, yeah, I mean, the only time I don't even listen. Basically, my point is I don't even listen to CBS Mornings or CBS Evening News or any of that if I have it on news on CBS, because the only thing I'm looking for is the local news and precisely the weather. Like, yeah, I still look at the models. I still look at the SPC dailies, the SPC daily outlooks. But the only reason I watch CBS is for the local weather whenever there's severe weather pending or actually happening. And I leave it on there. But I only do that for the local forecast to see what changes. Besides my own looking at the models, my own forecast models, my own looking at the Storm Prediction Center outlooks. So normally in the spring, and maybe a little bit of October, and I guess when the snow happens, because that's cool. But either way, I mean, same here, but I like tracking severe weather, one. Second of all, I like tracking severe weather anyway. And second of all, well, if it's happening over me, why would I not watch the coverage? Especially if there was tornadoes. So do that what you will. So the point is, look, I don't watch a local news channel for the national news. I watch the local news channel for the weather whenever it comes to being severe weather pending or imminent or happening. And normally that's really just the spring, because so even now, I mean, I don't remember the last time I watched Channel 4 for weather. I don't remember the last time. It's been a couple of months. It's been a couple of months. So do that what you will. 84th minute. Huh. 84th minute. '84th minute, 0-0, settle. So this was actually planned back when. Okay. So Forces to Trinidad has been planned since Biden was in office. That's interesting. That's interesting. '85th minute, 0-0. Five minutes plus stoppage time. Save for Ortega. Holding his back. 4 minutes plus stoppage time. If this holds 0-0, no review, because really, why would it be fun for me to... It would just be mean for me to basically pile on Matarita for a whole 10-minute video, because that's really all I could do. Motagua goalie is down, and he got ran into the boards by Badia. This ain't hockey, man. This ain't hockey. '87th minute. Have you watched any San Marino match? No, I have not. Have not. Maybe if they play another CONCACAF. Maybe if they play another CONCACAF game or play another CONCACAF team. Hmm. '88th minute. Yep. 88th minute. That's interesting. Two minutes plus stoppage time. Alajuelense has held on very well for the last minute. Can they hold on for a bit longer? Whether it be a minute or more. They actually got better defensively since the red card. They stayed that way. One more minute. Plus stoppage time. '89th minute. Free kick for Alajuelense. '90th minute free kick. No, I did the Sabal versus Juventus de Caiz match. 7 minutes of stoppage time. Yep. Playing forward. Shot. Can Alajuelense score here? Why are you taking it to the corner? You got 7 minutes. Goes down. Advantage played. Honestly, if Motagua doesn't score, we'll be live for the Defense Force game on Thursday. Don't worry. We'll be live for that one on Thursday. Just check the page. Just check the channel page. Click the live tab. Click the live tab, and you'll see it's there. Review. With the way this game's going, no. Because honestly, all I really can do is just pile on Ronald Matarrita for getting a red card and then troll Motagua for bottling it. Like, Motagua doesn't score a goal, a 0-0 draw, up a man for like 80 minutes. Goal! And they score a header. 1-0 at the end. Vasquez scores. Honestly, 1-0 ain't enough for a review either. I'm not going to lie. Vasquez scores 90 plus 2. I'm going to be real. Ball crossed in, and he's onside. I don't know about that. Man, they need VAR. I don't know about that. If this is just 1-0, honestly, man, that hurts for Alajuelense. I won't even lie. Vasquez scores. Matthias Vasquez, 90 plus 2. Held on for dear life. Still allowed a goal. That honestly was probably offside. '93rd minute. Yeah, no review tonight. Honestly, even with a 1-0, yeah, we might be screwed. I won't lie. Blue Jays got to pick it up. '93rd minute. Honestly, 94th minute, 0-1, 0-1. Motagua scored. Playing forward. They already scored once. What do you mean scored twice? Am I behind? I can't be that behind. Steele. Bounces it forward. Oh, no. Over the top. Vasquez scored. Yeah, that was the goal we saw. That was the goal we saw 90+2. 95 minutes. There was not, unless I'm very behind, but now it would be 95. So either way. 0-1, 0-1. 95th minute. Man, it sucks for Alajuelense. They held on so well. '95th to the 96th, 0-1, 0-1. Referee talking to the Alajuelense players. Free kick for Alajuelense. Final minute. Ball crossed in. And they try to go down for a penalty and they don't get it. Throw in from Motagua. '97th minute. No. Unless they make MLS Cup against each other, no. Don't Miami play Toronto this week? '97th minute. '97th minute, goal kick, and it's full time. 0-1 for Motagua. They get a late goal and they don't bottle the man advantage. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along of O&M versus Mocha in the Caribbean Cup, and a live watch along and review of Real España versus Plaza Amador. Live and review, and I will have a review tomorrow. So we are done. I will see you tomorrow, and that'll be that. I'm running them out. No review tonight. 2 streams and 1 review tomorrow. Thanks to Dillon for the 10 gifted subs, 10 gifted memberships earlier tonight. And those names will be in, well, they're already in the freaking description for all the other streams and this one. Starting with the videos from tomorrow. They'll be in those descriptions as well. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm running them out. Peace. See ya.